Hello everybody, it's your non-binary pal, Gracious to be here, and it's time to introduce/reintroduce you to another character of mine. This is one I have rarely talked about, but it's actually one of my main characters. That is Leo. Leo is one of my oldest characters. I've had them for many years, and they've gone through quite a bit of changes, but also not a whole lot of changes, which is a bit confusing, but will hopefully make sense later. As far as the basics of them and their character goes, that hasn't really changed much at all. Leo is a part of my Gateways universe, but not from the past era, which is where the current Gateways comic is taking place in, but the present era, which is where Mysteries of Hysteria takes place in. They're an Astroborn who specializes in teleportation, and they're actually one of the best teleporters in the universe. Typically, Astroborn teleporters can teleport a good distance within one world. Stronger teleporters can go further distances, and it's extremely rare, but some can go and teleport to different worlds without the use of a gateway. Leo is one of these, but their magic goes even further than that, being able to teleport to closed-off worlds. If you've read Mysteries, you might know this, but in the present era, current worlds are closed off completely from the gateways. No one can leave and no one can enter, except for Leo. They can teleport to these worlds, which isn't really allowed by the government, but they still do just because. They're also a monster hunter, but more specifically what's called an exorcist that fights void terrors. All of these things have always been consistent about them for the most part, but that cannot be said for their design. As you can see, they've gone through a lot of changes, but a lot of the same elements have stuck around. White short hair, grey eyes, dark clothes, and a jacket of some kind. And this one here was their final design for the longest time, until I decided to make some major changes in addition to their story, which of course meant major changes to their design. And here is the new and current version of Leo. First of all, let's all congratulate them for no longer being white. Yay. They are not only half Astroborn, but what is their other half? Unfortunately, that's not something I want to spoil, but I will say, if you look at these two, Aries and Taurus, which I've talked about before, you might understand where they get their appearance from at least. Their outfit has gotten a bit of an upgrade, with a black undershirt, sleeveless top, black leggings, fur-trimmed boots, and they have a pink coat with blue accents instead of teal. Their eyes are still gray, but have a bit of a pink shimmer in them, and their hair fades to pink. So yeah, basically added a bit more pink because I'm me and I can't help myself, but it also makes sense for the story. I swear, it makes sense. Makes sense, I swear. Now, for the longest time, I kept their hair super short, but I was playing around with different hairstyles for them with different lengths. Couldn't make up my mind on which one I liked, so they also now have different hairstyles. Their original super short version, a slightly longer one that they tie up in a high ponytail, and a super long one that they tie into a braid. It is now officially canon as well that their hair grows super fast, even though they cut it regularly. A fun fact about Astroborns in general is that keeping their hair long is important in their culture, believing it connects them to the astral realm, so the fact that Leo always keeps cutting their hair is something they don't approve of. But who are they and what is their story? A few years ago, Leo woke up with no memories of their past and has been traveling around the universe to figure out their life now. They trained for a little bit to become an exorcist, but they disagreed with a lot of the official rules, so they quit and became an independent exorcist, fighting whatever void terrors they can and helping out no matter what, even when it interferes with the other exorcists and the founded council, which are the government which kind of has become like the main government of the universe, well, most of it anyway. This has earned them the title of the Rogue Exorcist. They're also a bit of a runaway from the founded council because traveling to isolated worlds is illegal, so they try to stay away from them the best they can. Aside from teleporting, they are also proficient in exorcism magic and later on learn how to use the spear. Their main target are the Void Terrors, which are monsters that come from the void and are controlled by the villain group. The Void Terrors have done quite a number of psychic damage to them at this point, possibly even physical, but I'm still trying to figure out how Void Terrors, like, if they give you some sort of illness or something. Still trying to figure that out, but yeah. But they keep pushing forward in order to regain their memories. Leo, as a person, is quite chill and laid back, even appearing lazy at times, but they can be quite determined and is definitely rebellious. They like exploring, but finds they hate being lonely, which they unfortunately are a lot of the time. They try not to show their fears or worries around others, but they do have quite a few, which they have a tendency to run away from. Now, a lot of this has stayed the same over the years, but I have made quite a few more changes that I unfortunately can't share right now, since it'll be important for their story, but it's not too much more than what I've already gone over. And I'm super glad I did, because Leo is going to be the main character of Gateways, Act 4 and beyond, which I plan to be the official start of the present era of Gateways. we have a long ways to go until then, so we'll see what happens, but I'm super excited. Yes, this also means that past Gateways is going to last for 3 acts, so yeah, get ready for that. As you can see here, I'm drawing out a scene of Leo teleporting, which is actually a bit of a redraw of an artwork I made a while back of them for one of their older designs. I decided to have them opening a portal from a night city to a nature scene while falling and looking cool while doing it. This was a fun scene to depict again, and I got to play around more with how I want their portals to look like, but I'm still probably going to have to work on that a little bit. And yeah, they only open portals whenever they're traveling to different worlds or traveling long distances. If they're only traveling like a super short distance, then they just like blip out in and out of existence, sort of like Nightcrawler from X-Men. Yeah, so that's how that works. And the coloring of this one was interesting. I decided to go with a night scene, but I had to mix with doing the lighting for both the night city on them and also the nature scene that they're falling into, which is more sunsetty. So I had to play around with that, but I think it turned out really well. So yeah, that is it for this artwork. Thank you so much for watching another character-focused video. This one is a little shorter because I haven't talked about this character too much before. So yeah, basically just more of an introduction than a reintroduction like my other ones. But I'm super excited I finally get to share them here officially, and we'll hopefully be sharing them more. Like I said, I plan for them to be the main character of the present era of the Gateways comics, basically, and I'm excited to get to that point. So yeah, and as always, you can check out my comics, linked in the description below. You can read Gateways now, currently, on Webtoon and Tapas, and yeah, check out my artworks as well if you want to. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporter, Gibbous Rat, as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!